That's we're gonna get more into that because that's a lesson.
So that's a lesson.
Yeah.
But that's a lesson that Yah has showed us as a nation.
Yeah.
Don't bring other folk into your problems when I'm dealing with you.
Because we got Egypt in trouble.
Because folk can't save you. We destroyed Egypt.
And you know what?
And it's nothing to smile about.
And you know what y'all said? Every time you see Egypt, remember what I did to you. We looking at Egypt, and we supposed to remember what y'all did to us? Yes. That's what you Egyptologists don't get. Them ruins is left up there for you to remember y'all's hand on your target. Amin Ra Squad, Egyptologists and Polite, Sarah Seti. We want all y'all to view this and get back with us, the community of Israel in Chicago. Y'all get back with us. We're going to put this on YouTube, and we want y'all to watch the video and comment on what we said. Nothing else. The Battle of Carchemish, the prophecies we read, and then use your scholarship. Sarah Seti. What's the other one? Sarnetta. Shaka Akmos. We want Shaka Akmos. Yeah. The God Killer. The Black Atheist. We want y'all to holler back at us. Hey, in the book. Get in the book. We ain't talking about foolishness, no ignorance. We talking about in the book. All you Egyptologist scholars. Because we ain't heard none of the Hebrews that's been tearing y'all up in New York deal with it from this perspective. All we doing is piling on. They done whooped you in the debates. We was there. Got the t-shirt on. We watched them crush y'all in the debates, and we just add insult to injury. That's all we're doing. We support the brothers, the Hebrews in New York. Y'all brothers, keep up the good work. Hey, Shot-Town, Chirac, we got your back. All right? Let's read a little bit more. We done with this 29.
Once again, 16. This shall be no more the confidence of the house of Yisrael, which brings their iniquity to remembrance.
Come on.
When they shall look after them, but they shall know that I am Adonai Yahuwah.
That's right.
And it came to pass in the 27th year, in the first month, in the first day of the month, the word of Yahuwah came unto me, saying, Son of man, Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, caused his army to serve a great service against Tyrus. Every head was made bald, and every shoulder was peeled, yet had he no wages, nor his army, for Tyrus, for the service that he had served against it. Therefore thus said Adonai Yahuwah, behold, I will give the land of Mitzrayim unto Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon. And he shall take her multitude, and take her spoil, and take her prey, and it shall be the wages for his army. How long would Egypt lay desolate that time frame?
40 years.
How long was Nebuchadnezzar in power?
78.
43 years he reigned.
Oh, 43. Oh, I'm talking about the kingdom.
Uh-huh. And remember I said that time wasn't so consecutive. It wasn't like he became king and then he started. No, time had elapsed.
Yeah.
So several years had elapsed before he even had this battle.
Right.
You understand? So 40 years been given, and he just said, hey, now Egypt belongs. It belongs to Nebuchadnezzar.
Yep.
So now who's ruling Egypt now?
Right.
What Egyptian ruling Egypt now?
And what dynasty was this? This was Dynasty Necho 2. What was that, 27, 17? I don't remember.
I'm not Egyptian.
I got it in my notes somewhere, but it ain't that important to me.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Egypt, America, Egypt. Like the devil said, it don't matter.
Now watch this. It says, I have given him the land of Egypt for his labor. Because, you know, you was on the phone yesterday. You said a worker is worthy.
Yeah.
A worker is worthy of his hire.
That's right.
Hey, y'all said, hey, I'm giving him this for pay.
That's it.
For working for me.
He kick butt.
I gave him the land of Egypt for his labor, wherewith he served against it. That's because right. They wrought for me. They worked for me, said Yahuwah, Adonai Yahuwah. In that day will I cause the horn of the house of Israel to bud forth, and will give you the opening of the mouth in the midst of them, and they shall know that I am Yahweh.
Hallelujah. Now, we almost done with this segment on why Egypt was not in the dream of Nebuchadnezzar. We all see why. Because they got debased. Because the dream came right after the war. The dream came right after. And when the dream came, y'all gave him the layout to the end of time from that day to the day. And guess what? Egypt was not mentioned. Egypt, I'm talking to Hebrews, because we the people that they fooling with this foolish knowledge. You got so many Hebrews walking around with unks on and talking about hotel. It's a dead language. It's a dead society. Y'all don't want us to deal with none of that. It's good to know it from a historical perspective, but it stops there. There's nothing great that's healing for us in Egypt. There's no balm in Egypt. Ain't no healing in Egypt. It's a wrap. Egypt to Hebrews means bondage. Egypt to Hebrews means slavery. It means to be destitute. It means to go backwards, to be negative, to be least in the kingdom. There's nothing good about it. We don't hate Egypt.
We love Egypt like we love America.
Absolutely.
We always seem to...
Come on, talk to us.
In Exodus, right? Go back to Exodus. Right? What did they murmur against Moshe about?
You took us out of Egypt.
Took us out of Egypt. Same thing in Numbers. When Kohat and the Reubenite, the Reubenite brother, Dotan, who was it? Dathan. And they rose up against Moshe. Let's go there, man.
Right, Number 16.
Number 16. And where was it in Exodus? 20.
And so what the brothers doing, the professors, what's some of the professors' name? I forget the brother's name. No, the brothers on YouTube with all the wisdom. Remember the professors, they hosted the event. What was the two brothers' name?
Oh, Sanetta?
Not Sanetta, but Professor Kaba.
Oh, they were consultants.
Yeah, the one and the other brother that was on Hidden Colors. Professor Kaba and James Smalls. Them brothers Egyptologists. And the Hebrew Egyptologist. Dr. Ben Yohanan.
Oh, yeah.
Yohanan. Dr. Ben, the Hebrew name, who hated himself. That's all he was a Hebrew who was born a Hebrew, grew up in Ethiopia, and began to hate himself.
And his father
wouldn't let him eat a ham sandwich.
and hang with the Gentiles.
Yeah, we couldn't celebrate Christmas or nothing.
Right.
Yeah. He said this thing like my father wouldn't let me
celebrate
go.
Christmas. Yo, Dr. Ben.
And his father is one of his schoolmates had died or something.
Yeah.
And his father wouldn't let him go to the ceremony, the funeral or something. And because they was observing the law in some sense,
right.
And his father wouldn't let him.
Honor their God.
He hated the law for that.
Now explain that one more time to Egyptologists, Israel.
Man, and Dr. Ben said out of his own mouth that the reason that he began to question his faith of his family is because his classmates, he could never be as his classmates. He couldn't live life like his classmates. The days they observed, the society that they lived in, his father and his mother would not allow him because they was raised as Hebrews.
They observed Torah.
They observed Torah.
And
exactly.
not Ma. You can go around
and he admits he observed Torah growing up.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? He's like, but then, I when my classmate died and I couldn't, I think he couldn't go to the funeral or he couldn't do what they did, he turned against his father's belief.
Right.
I could have like, what? I couldn't eat a ham, like I said, I couldn't eat a ham sandwich.
What's funny to me, Sarasu said, is that the greatest Egyptologist that ever lived, according to you, was a Hebrew. Dr. Ben was a Hebrew, Sarasu said, who you say didn't exist. That make no sense, brother. Hey, your mentor. Now, no disrespect to Dr. Ben. We know he's deceased now. But we're against his doctrine. We're against his teaching. His teaching was off. He taught from a rebellious and bitter perspective.
And this is where it's coming from.
Come on.
Exodus 16.
Exodus 16.
Because you hear all the time, and I get into this with brothers all the time, even at work. You know, we'll be complaining about this country and, you know, how hard it is to be a black man in America. But then somebody always you always have an apologist in the crowd that go, but you know what? I would rather live here than anywhere else in the world. It's the greatest country in the world.
There you go.
Because
that's their rugged cross Negro.
Because of this, well, it's because of this right here.
Come on.
And they took their journey from Elim.
Where we at?
Because
Exodus
16 and 1. Okay.
Right. Because we don't have a pioneer spirit. That's what it comes down to. We like to be in a place that's set up already. You see what I'm saying? Chapter 16 of Exodus. Right, this is nice. You know.
Yeah, this is nice.
You going by the house, the wife looking at the place, like, I don't like it, but you seeing it finished.
Yeah.
Ain't no drywall on you. It ain't nothing but studs, and you can see everything.
Yeah. That's how they Hebrews and connections.
You know what I'm saying? But they gotta walk in and see finished. But anyway, not all sisters, but I'm just saying, a lot. Some brothers can't even do that.
Right.
Absolutely.
No vision.
They don't have no vision, and they don't have that pioneer spirit. Hey man, we could instead of spending 100,000 more, we can spend 100,000 less and do this ourselves for 50,000 and save 50 grand.
Come on.
But some people don't have that type of spirit. But this is what we dealing with. This is how you know we're the same people.
Yeah.
Exodus 16. And they took their journey from Elim, and all the congregation of Bnei Yisrael came to the wilderness of Sin, which is between Elim and Sinai, on the 15th day of the 2nd month after their departing out of the land of Mizraim, and the whole, which is Egypt. And the whole congregation of Bnei Yisrael murmured against Moshe and Aharon in the wilderness. Right? So we free now. But freedom ain't free. Right? Freedom means now you gotta go and dig a well.
Right. Ain't no running water.
Right? Come on. Freedom, right, ain't no running water. Ain't no aqueducts. Ain't no aqueducts.
You ain't finna walk, you just picking it off the
Freedom means, right, freedom means hunting and gathering.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all children, y'all listening to that?
Freedom means pitching tents.
Freedom means you out your parents' house, you work.
That's right.
You understand that?
Right.
Freedom means you work.
You think freedom means I do what I want to do.
Yes.
Listen, I've been telling both my yellow deans, the rules that I gave you was not rules just for you to follow because this is not children's rules.
Right.
These are life rules. These are rules things that you're gonna have to live by for the rest of your life.
Exactly.
I don't have arbitrary rules. You gotta, okay. So, verse 2, and the whole congregation of Bnei Yisrael murmured against Moshe and Aharon in the wilderness. Verse 3, and Bnei Yisrael said unto them, would to Elohim that we had died by the hand of Yah in Ha'eretz Mitzrayim, in the land of captivity. We would rather have died in the land of captivity. In this case was Egypt, when we sat by flesh pots, and when we did eat bread to the full.
We had our KFCs and our biscuits. For you have brought us forth unto this wilderness to kill this whole assembly with hunger.
In our freedom.
Yeah.
This is what we dealing. This is the type of mentality we dealing with right now.
Yeah.
Folk that don't want to let Egypt go. Folk that don't want to let America go.
Yeah.
Verse 4. Then said Yahweh unto Moshe, behold, I will rain bread from Hashemayim for you, and the people shall go out a certain rate every day, that I may prove to them whether they walk in my law or no. Where was it? Let's go to Numbers. You said that was Numbers 19?
You said when they had the uprising?
Yeah.
Number 16. Yeah.
There's so much about the Bible that people don't understand.
Yeah, this is it.
And people make comments about the scriptures and they don't read the in-depth part of the scriptures like this. Let's continue on.
Right. Now Korah, the son of Izhar, the son of Kohath, and the son of Levi, and Datan, and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, and On, and the son of Pelet, sons of Reuben, took men, and they rose up before Moshe with certain Bnei Yisrael, 250 princes of the assembly, famous in the congregation, men of renown.
Look at that.
Right, so these are scholars.
Right, scholars raised.
These are well-known scholars and elders in the community.
Yeah, Dr. B in there.
Right?
It rose up.
Getting together,
James Small.
they got an idea.
Professor Cobb and them.
Because Moshe, wow. Hold on a second. Verse 3. They gathered themselves together against Moshe and against Aharon, and said unto them, Ye take too much upon you, seeing that all the congregation are holy, every one of them, and Yahweh is among them. Wherefore then lift ye up yourselves above the congregation of Yahweh. So now this is that grandstanding that we have amongst each other in terms of leadership.
Right.
Hey,
right.
You know, who making you king? This is why we ain't going. This is why it ain't going nowhere. Because nobody want to accept leadership.
Right.
Nobody wants to humble themselves and say, okay, you got it.
Keep it real,
right? Verse 4. And when Moshe heard it, he fell upon his face. And he spoke to the company and unto...
I was going to say, so just go from verse 4 to verse 12.
Verse 12. Okay, yeah, this is where I'm at. And Moshe sent to call Datan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, which said, we will not come up. They just straight told Moshe, we ain't coming. Because this is posturing. Right. Hey, who are you to us?
Right.
What makes you greater than we?
Because if we come, then it shows us that we adhere to you.
This is a diplomatic move right here.
Right.
Now we're not coming to you.
Watch this.
And Moshe, listen, 13. Here's the part that I was getting at. Is it a small thing that thou hast brought us up out of a land that floweth with milk and honey to kill us in the wilderness? See that this is where they letting the cat out the bag.
Yeah, come on.
Is it a small thing that thou hast brought us out of the land that floweth with milk and honey to kill us in the wilderness, except thou make thyself altogether a prince over us? Moreover, thou hast not brought us into a land that floweth with milk and honey, or given us inheritance of fields and vineyards. Wilt thou put out the eyes of these men? We will not come up. So they let the cat out the bag right there. They mad because they uncomfortable.
Right.
Yeah, these are not men.
Right.
These are hoes.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Hoes to Egypt. Right. They want to go back to Egypt and they want to build another Egypt where they at. Because
that's
they uncomfortable.
Today. Scholarship says we built America, we ain't leaving here. Yeah. You know, this is our land. You know, the Moors. We was here, we ain't going nowhere. This was built on the back of slaves. When y'all saying we here temporarily and he taking us out of this place and he gonna judge this hard. We talked about. Listen, we talked about Uncle Tomism and what Uncle Tomism really is, because a lot of people throw that word around. Me and my brother was Obiyahu was talking about that this a couple weeks ago. A lot of people throw that term around, never read the book, and don't even really understand what type of character of a man Uncle Tom was.
Exactly.
So they just running that off.
Come on.
Exactly. Right. He was simply a man of character to a fault. He was loyal but to a fault. But